Hi, Cardinal signs. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, there will be timestamps for each of your cardinal signs, so feel free to click one or them all. We're going to scry your scroll as well, add on dragon and dream cards for you as a little inspiration. And we also have Ghost Tube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Receive or release freely, of course. We have lots of sun coming up, so bear with me. All right, if you'd like to open up with me, you're welcome to. Otherwise, scroll to where you'd like to go. Taking a nice big breath. Cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support.
Immune.
Cardinal signs in the name and honor of. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. So I will be doing your typical ink plots for December, but I've needed November as a bridge a little bit here for some bigger projects and commissions I have on the go. So thank you. Capricorn, we will start with you. Let's go. All right. Capricorn, you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well and swell to comment below and inspire interconnected nature. I'm seeing a badass bee, a bumblebee. I mean business. I mean business. I'm also seeing a button and this, like a slit that the button would go in. I'm seeing that. It's almost like, not like a petticoat per se, but it's some sort of uniform. It feels official, like a band, or, and when I say band, I don't necessarily mean like a rock band. I'm seeing it more like an official orchestra, or what is that? Like when they're in parades. What, do you know what I'm saying? Also possibly like guards have the same sort of official. Anyway, nonetheless, there's something in my mouth, this badass bee. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo, or something about your strength of speech, because I see it's like this side, it's like talking out of the side of your mouth. So, it's like, hi, how are you? I don't really care how you're doing. I don't know if that's within or without, but there's like some sort of or like a grumble, or even a cry. And I say it like a cry. I want to say a cry for help, but I don't actually want the help. I want to be heard. I want to be heard.
I know.
So it's like keeping my poise about it, because in the Capricorn energy, and being a Capricorn, I don't necessarily want to disrespect anybody or create disgruntledness, but badass B, I'm not afraid to do that. But it's almost like I'm trying to navigate not doing that, or not having to say something. There's music notes. This, you know what this is? In one respect, Capricorn's holding self-respect in and of as a priority. This feels like a really long music note. Or I don't know what it is. That feels like a really long music note. And I'm able to hold it. It's like holding breath underwater. But at some point in time, I got to come up for some air. Okay, so now I'm seeing it like, let me see, I'll bring it here. Like this. And when you see the forearms, what is that? Macarena? But it's not the Macarena. There's something about like a strength in this motion. Whether it's within myself or somebody else, of a camaraderie. It's like, I got you, and now we're stronger. We're stronger as a band. We're stronger together. You better together, Jack Johnson. I'm feeling a presence. There it is. Okay, thank you. I will show you. if the lighting allows this to come through. This is the presence. This is kind of, maybe it's the feminine energy, maybe it's both of your energies, maybe it's something internal, external. But there's something here. Almost in one way as well, as it just kind of like wafted up, like out of a lamp, and it's like, I'm here to make your wish. What is that, bewitched? And I can do this. But I don't know if it like sticks in someone's craw or even your own. A little bit of like a roller coaster, but it's a hamster wheel on it. 52 will add on the Jungian card or Jungian card. Emotions. Okay, maybe this is an emotional roller coaster. Or I'm trying to navigate somebody else's, or maybe it's the world, maybe it's your child, maybe it's children. In the dream, a voice says, this is the rainbow bridge. Anger, feelings, joy. The task is to practice expressing feeling and emotional reactions to things as they happen versus, maybe the sidewise, like, I'll deal with that later. Or, yeah, that was great, honey. Not really. And I know that can be funny, but you know what I mean. There's something about it. Also, it's like cutting up. Interesting, because I'm seeing it like Capricorns. If somebody or within myself tried to cut off my wings of that badass bee, little do I even know that I'm going to grow back bigger and better. You did me a favor.
Aquarius.
You did me a favor. Something about chamomile. I don't actually know if that's chamomile, but I'm seeing like chamomile tea and relaxing into this because it's like that's where it is right here. Something, in that, the feeling of it, but it's actually cracking open something like the nucleus of a power that might have been like a chestnut dormant for a while or like a squirrel left it somewhere. And now it's cracking open. Something about clothes is coming through. Scissors cutting through anger. She cuts his pants with her bright scissors. Feelings require no reasons why. Act with passion. Don't look for reasons.
Closet.
But I can't. Something's in the closet. Maybe there's. And whatever these cards say, you have to remember they're like dream interpretations. So it's not a matter of like taking it verbatim, but considering that, is somebody else acting with passion with no reason why, but there needs to be some sort of context or conversation. A context would be appreciated because maybe it feels disrespectful, but maybe it's not actually intended that way. The flowers, feelings, and potentials. The flower bloom as the rain falls. What counts is how something fills the moment, not how long it lasts. Let go and express what is happening now. Capricorns, there seems to be something in and around you. There's a lot happening now. I also have these maybe it is. Maybe it's like, there's so much, it's stupid, right? There could be Capricorns. This is ridiculous. There's so much going on. I can't relax. I can't let go. I'm looking at all of these feelings. And what it makes me feel like is I'm seeing a lot of feelings at once. You know how people say, oh, the ocean, we are each a droplet in the ocean of the water, or in the water of the ocean, whatever the case is. Sorry, my apologies. So let's say I'm looking at this river or this canal. And as I'm looking at that as a reflection of myself, which is composed of all of that, it's like the Capricorn collective has a lot going on or is working with a lot of elements.
Where are we?
And as I'm looking in the water, I am seeing how each droplet of that is of something else, someone else, not outside of me. It's like being of the world, not in the world type thing. You're aware as you see the ripples and as you see the currents, what it's composed of, Capricorns. Yes, there is an awareness. There's an eye-opening experience here.
Soon.
Animal guides. I don't know if this will allow it to come through in the lucid dreaming cards. Capricorns, there's some sort of tomfoolery afoot because I'm seeing like jester shoes, like pointy with the bells on them. It's like, oh, dancing, laughing. Maybe you need to have a little bit of a good time. We're here for a good time. I'm also seeing a baby cardinal. It's like I want my passions to be heard of. Or maybe nobody has asked. Dream yoga. I'll share this with you. Dream yoga and animal guides. There's a person in the door here. But see how like these different portals? You get to choose. I'm seeing that movie Shazam. And at the end, there's all these doors and they get to go through to work with different animals. And right now you got the badass bee because you are doing something that I don't think is comfortable for a lot of people around you.
I can't speak.
Or it's very different and maybe you can't speak about it. So I contemplate. It's like looking at the moon through a telescope and seeing all the craters, the shapes, and scrying the moon's surface, the surface of the water. And seeing just a lot. And I feel like I'm being asked to like drill it down. Not everything is your concern. King of Cups. I'll just leave that there.
Crazy.
Crazy. Crazy. Justice. Thank you. There's worker ants in here. I'm trying to balance the light within my high heart and human heart as I'm balancing the two worlds. The bridge. This card was the bridge, right? Emotions. Or in the dream, a voice says, this is the rainbow bridge between worlds, between what's mine and what's somebody else's. Even though we are connected and I understand that intellectually and intuitively, but I'm also not accountable for everyone's responsibilities of cause and effect. All of the worker ants that are working. It's not my place to balance this. But what is my responsibility is to balance how I'm receiving it so that I can do the best with it. 9 of Swords and Page of Wands. Yes, so I can do the best with it. So I can deliver the messages if you're a fellow seer, psychonaut, empath, healer. And I can wear a crown of fire.
Why are you here?
Sorry. I don't know why. We're just here because we're here. When I wander into dream yoga, it's like that.
How do you
it's
feel?
Like my animal guides, or perhaps something shamanic if you're working in that nature, working a lot with animals right now. I go through that door and I view the swords, and it's like I don't want to say I collect them, but I'm aware, like a voodoo doll, that they're within me and they're taking up space. And instead of it being externalized like somebody else trying to control me like a voodoo doll, it's like I can go up to those pins, these swords of my mind or thoughts, because I don't know if it's external or internal, but regardless, you'll know your navigation. It's like I can go up and put my finger on them, on the tip of the sword. And I pause for a moment. And I breathe. And I consider that I am the vessel that is the bridge between whatever it is for you. Giving and receiving, this, that, or the other. And then it becomes like an pressure acupuncture. And now it's changing the vibration, the electro something or other that is moving through that what was perhaps maybe perceived as like voodoo-y.
Give it back.
And I'm not poo-pooing voodoo. It feels like in this context, like somebody's doing something else to me. Maybe this is ancestor, whatever the case is. So I don't want to poo-poo on the magic of anything. But maybe there is a dark intention, as in there can be a light and dark intention. And you know that. This just happens to have a particular kind of intention. Again, hi, how are you? And now I, Capricorn, infuse that with a frequency. Says, thank you for placing that there. You let me know that's where I have power. You let me know that's where maybe I have a quote unquote weakness. And you were trying to attack it, but you let me know something. So now I'm going to change the frequency of this, and I'm going to go in through one of these portals with a spirit animal, with spirit in general, in my meditative or dream state, even if that's amongst the mundane, and not to, again, poo-poo movement meditation, infusing meditations in every task that you're doing. But thank you for letting me know that. Does that make sense? I feel like that was very powerful and profound, but maybe that was just me. And with the justice, it's like I'm the one who's going to bring it into a harmony for me. No harm can come. Their harm, anyone, or even within myself, if I'm having a moment, I'm fine, not fine. I'm fine, I'm not fine. I will be the one to work through it, to recognize it and appreciate it, and ultimately transmute it. And then walk the talk and talk the walk. Lilac Fire Dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. Capricorn. We were just talking about, and it's like, look at all these flowers falling. This is happening from the crown space. This is happening in the mind. Whatever layer of the mind. Conscious, pre-conscious, subconscious, superconscious, alpha, beta, delta, theta, whatever. You recognize this. I also feel like as well that spirit animals is coming through. The plant realm is communicating with you. This is like turning nightshade into love shade. Like the night works for me. I work with the night. There's no slavery involved in this. We're assuming. Capricorn, your final message is dragon wisdom. We dragons send you the right teacher at the right time. Check in with your guidance and follow the signs. A wise mentor will soon be revealed. This might be in the astral realm. Messages may come through mundane people, but you know they're from a higher source, a something or other, a this, that.
Damage.
Capricorns, thank you so much for being here with me, for being my muse, and for holding space for me to share my insights. You truly are a blessing, and as well as I too am a Capricorn. Whatever. It's like we brush off the crown and that badass bee, right? And these eyes are always keeping an eye out. There's, whether it's your energy eyes, it's like your snake eyes of knowledge also keep an eye out for you. And that also brings me into Ophiuchus, and Ophiuchus came in here. So maybe that reading that I just posted the other day might come up. It's like, in cartoons when they have, it's like nighttime. Capricorn, sorry, I didn't get done. And then like all the eyes light up in the nighttime. So it's like as you're walking down the street and you might notice like people's heads turning or street lights go on and off. And maybe you were once afraid of that. But it's like you are, unbeknownst to them, like they might be responding in what they do normally to others or to themselves as they, walk the night. But as you start to progress, it's because they're looking at you in honor. We were going to attack, but carry on. Carry on. There's a confidence in that. Capricorns, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Until next time. I'll see you soon for next month.
Wandering.
I believe. Hello, we are here for Cancer. If you want to come on in, here's your scroll. We are going to scry, and we are going to utilize the Dragon and Dream cards to support. So thank you. Cancers, let's get going here, and let me do this. Oh, sorry. I appreciate your patience as I am learning, growing, playing, and investing back into the channel, Cancers. So thank you. It is healthy. How are we doing for Cancers here? I'm seeing a... Okay, is it like a wrench? I think it's a wrench. I'm seeing people sitting, and they're meeting in a different realm. It's like one person's in one place, another person's in another place, whether it's 2 houses down or an ocean over. And we're connecting into the same spot. We are in a meeting place. It's like we get together in this realm, in this dimension, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's like just I'm sensing the connection between you two. I usually want to say, or this is a connection within myself, but I'll be honest, Cancers, it does feel like it's with someone or something else. And we're like remote. It's like a remote relationship even. Could happen in the sleep state, but I am seeing it sitting. Like I am actively choosing to sit in this state and connect to this person, place, or thing. And when I'm seeing that wrench, it's like each time we go there, each time we try, it tweaks it. You know what I mean? Like with the wrenchy thing. It fixes something, it tightens something up, it loosens something. Also, Cancers, this feels intentional when I'm here, both parties. There may be another part of the Cancer collective that might be like feeling the little pings that someone else is trying to like remote view on you or have a remote relationship, or you're doing it to somebody else and you're like, oh, they're not close right now with me, or maybe you're no longer, in close proximity or just even close friends, whatever the case may be. And you're trying to remote check on them to this relationship or this resonance of a relationship, whatever that may be. So Cancer's like, because you got a lot of tethers out of, what you're connected to because there's so much love. But in one way, it's like this very harmonious, conscious thing. On the other hand, it's, coming into your world. They're trying to view you. And then I got to say, because it's like a trifecta of balance in this, that you also might, or a portion of the Cancers might be trying to remotely. And when I say remote, maybe it's online, or maybe it is through your mind state, your dream state, and you're trying to take a look at them. And now I want to go back. But when somebody else is remote connecting into you, how does that make you feel? Does that feel invasive? Does it feel like permission is given? So there's just something there of like, there might not be, if somebody's, viewing you, it's like having a stalker almost, right? Because Cancers are just so famous and they have this charisma about them. But you're like, they have a relationship with you, but you don't with them. And then also to be mindful that there could be someone that you feel that you still want to be connected to, but to acknowledge they don't with you, and to free yourself from that. Because I'm seeing sickles here and also question marks, because there's a question around it. Are we still connected? Are we not still connected? I feel like in some ways when you see it, you're like, no, we're not. I don't know you. Thank you. If you're, maybe you also have videos or your socials, they think they know you. And they do know you for whatever they've digested that and made the connections.
How?
But then vice versa. You might also be, just checking in on somebody that doesn't have a resonance with you. And it's like not to personalize it so much, even if there was a history. So if you have these are not shuffly cards. These are the cards that go with these. Oh, it's such a habit. Okay. Because that's what I'm seeing. It's like these questions and these sickles. Cancers, powerful stuff. I'm also seeing an E with I'm sure there's other languages, but for me it's Francais, French. I don't even know what it's called. Like in my head, I'm hearing accent aigu, but I'm like 100%. That's probably not the word. Accent aigu. Imagine if it was the word though. I don't even. The little slashy thing. In, different languages or accents of the letter E. Interesting.
Virgo.
Okay, Cancers. So I'm going to go wander into your dream cards here, but I'm going to read the Jungian dream meaning, so don't take them literally. Again, it's just like the dream state as we do here in Scry all the time. It's not necessarily to be literal, but to inspire. Synchronicity, central image, is the whole view of it. A great festival centers at the circular monument. Convergence, meaning spiritual. Your task is to use synchronicity and choice to bring consciousness to your life. Okay. And then your second dream card here is self-centered. Identity, egocentricity, and sacrifice. And your task is to make choices to serve a purpose and source greater than yourself. So now that we got the words there, if we want to dig into the imagery so I can scry these wonderful cards, there's that meeting place. It's also another meeting place that might be a boulder. This makes me feel like in this, the identity, egocentricity, and sacrifice. If there's somebody obsessed with you, or vice versa, admittingly or not, but your energy is extending out to remote view, or still hold on to a remnants of this relationship, personal, professional, corporate, creative, platonic, romantic, you're being blocked because it's no longer there and you're holding on to something, and it could actually feel very invasive on the other end, and it's kind of making it worse. Because as soon as I orbit around for any Cancers that have that same, you're like, dude, we are not, what is going on? Maybe this is a relationship that's trying to end it. And there's almost like a binding around it. But this binding isn't made of something flexible. It's written in stone. It feels very... I don't even know the word, Cancer. I apologize. It's written in stone. This feels though very balanced. Like I feel like Cancers have this awareness of the mirror, what's good for me or what is of me and of somebody else. Because there seems to be this very clear
dance
back and forth. Yes, this dance of, is it me or is it them? Or maybe just different reflections of that. But then there's this third one where this is in the togetherness. Like I'm meeting a soul family, soul member, somebody in spirit that I'm connecting with. Can I go there for a moment? Yes, I am being met.
Throat.
It's like it could be a feminine figure that you are meeting when you go there. When you go into this unity state in the astral realm. And it's like what's that show? Upload is coming through. Have you ever seen the show Upload? It's like you're connecting to their consciousness. There's a very pure resonance, which is interesting, Cancer. Yeah, there it is. It's this pure, like night eyes, like Catwoman feel. Like you can see in the night. And like sniff out the scent of the soul, and vice versa. Like you know each other's scent, you know each other's soul. Even on Earth, if they are in the afterlife aura, they do still connect into your animated life.
Gym.
and they kind of wander with you, but they really like when you guys connect in this meditative state, or maybe medicine journey or astral realm, because you guys do things there. Like you get to play, you get to interact. And there's like a springboard. I'm seeing those, were they like space boots or anyway, there's shoes with springs on them, or boots.
Sell.
Yeah. There's work to do here. And I feel like if you're... okay, because it is in the dream state, because I'm seeing the inception top when he's in inception and needs to stay connected or know what reality he's in.
How?
There's some sort of contract with someone or something else. It's done. There may be some acceptance that needs to, co-author. It's done. It's like there's still something there, or, but that's the sacrifice. It's like sacrificing the ego of it. Like, how could that happen? How could they break up with me? But if you broke up with somebody, you would, feel very strong in that space. As the example, or if you quit that job and then somebody fired you, you're like, how could that be? Again, right? So there's this very clear image. It's like contracts can be amended, and it was amended. Co-author, yeah, it's been revised. Don't take it personally. Reoccurring dreams with this. So there's that gateway of this connection into the afterlife, see, it's like, well, who are you? Who are you to break up with me? Or who are you to not want to be my friend? Or who are you to not, right? That's how I'm hearing it. And that's not necessarily a truth, of course. That's just how I'm perceiving it. See, but then that's when that ego attitude comes out. And I feel like Cancers are aware of that. And they're like, you know what? That's fine. That's cool. I get it. And even if I don't get it, because I have this brilliance of being able to, if it was happening to me on the other end, and there was somebody that had this, I do feel like there's some Cancers that have somebody that is obsessed with him, or something along that lines. Or, just somebody, maybe you don't even know that they're checking into your online stuff, or whatever the case is. Because Cancers have the brilliance of that knowing of what it would feel like to me to be like, this person truly believes and wants and desires to have more of a connection with me. But I'm good. No, thank you. It's like respecting that choice. I want to go back to the astral life, or the astral connection with somebody in the afterlife aura. You guys keep doing this over and over and over again in the dream state. It's beautiful. It feels so, so nice. I gotta say, it feels beautiful. Oh, we're going to the Dragon Tarot. Okay, so now I'm coming into this dragon right here that's like lifting up. And my wings like peacocks. Peacock feathers for the Cancer collective. You know what I mean? It's like if I could see like a dragon, and the webbing of its wings had peacockness in it. And we just had strength and the Empress come flying out, as well as the Ace of Cups. If those mean anything to you, you know the drill. Please see, sense, or feel for yourself first versus my earrings, but I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, Cancers, please do like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you. You have the built-in strength, and the Empress has to make those hard decisions. Thank you. There it is. So permitting the lighting, or if you're on a phone, you can zoom in. See this fanciness? This is the fanciness. Yeah. And there are those people, those scorpions. Are those scorpions or no? Those are actually baby dragons, but I saw them as scorpions on your eggs. So again, it's just like kind of going through, maybe checking your profiles, going through who's following you, blocks, unblocks. I don't know. I'm not the greatest at understanding online stuff, but I do my best. So if you're proficient at it, I feel like it'll emotionally reflect cleaning up any sort of connection. Cancer Collective. Two of Cups. Okay, so that wasn't the place I was going to go. So I'm wandering down here in your scroll, these Two of Cups, because I was seeing people like playing telephone once again through, but their third eye. You know, if you were, where can I put these? At a
Karma.
I'm seeing the movie. I think it's Tom Hanks and Melanie something or other, but I don't even know if that's her name. I feel like it's a very like 80s well-known movie, like a love movie or something like that, or a comedy. Like I'll Meet You at the CN Tower or the Empire. Sorry. So I'm up there looking. Anyway, so like say you were looking through one of those machines so you could see the sights, the sight seeing, but it's actually connected to my third eye. This feels like a bond that is unbreakable. What we perceive and say as life and death, there's the third. And it's like the eternal essence of this connection. It does feel like a blessing, this connection. If this person or this soulmate or twin flame, whatever one may perceive or receive it to be, it also could be in the animated life. You just know that you're connected to each other over lifetimes. All right. Cancers. We have here old woman, sadness, female, house, relocation, home, and wolf, cunning, strength. Somebody wants to make a call to you, or maybe you've been getting prank calls or like dead calls. Could be that stalkery kind of feel. See, somebody's remote viewing. There's blatantly some sort of, I feel like even if you moved, or if you moved, you would have to like go incognito.
Look.
But there's some sort of remote viewing, whether it's you or somebody else upon you. They're connected in. It could be a female. I think we talked about a female before. If you're going through grief, cancers, like you might be a little sad that somebody has passed. There's been a relationship or a partner, a person, a child, whoever it is that has passed possibly in your life. It makes you sad. And it's like I'm looking for them. They're, especially if it's a child and your child has passed on. Sympathies and compassions, like hugs. But in this, the message this is coming through quite directly is very, very sad. My, child has passed on. Even if this was a decade ago, 20 years ago, they keep an eye on you, and they send you things in sounds. They send you things in sounds. I also, that feels so sweet, and I hope that melted your heart a little bit, because it's like I felt like my little heart get a hug, and I really liked that. It kind of made me wanted to cry. I'm not gonna lie. But in this other respect, it's like there is somebody. Sorry, I got to go to the other creepy side. There is somebody that is pretending to be a sad woman or poor. They're not. But it's like, when somebody new has moved into your neighborhood, or you've moved and there's somebody.
Old.
Yeah, they are old woman. And you're like, I don't know, something doesn't feel right about this person. They could be this stalker or an energy entity that is checking in on you. All right. Cancers, getting ready to close out. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Magenta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. This might be why you're getting attention. If it's not in the typical social human form, it could also be Cancers because you are doing your ascended, you're working with an ascended master in some way, shape, or form. Oh, there they are. Somebody with a cufflink. They're waving at you. I feel like this is the child waving at the mother or parent figure. No, we're done. Okay. So because like if you were doing your work of your own awareness, because you've had this awareness, I'm going to say the whole time, it's been brilliant. I'm not going to say it's easy to continuously, roll back into yourself and be like, is it me? Is it them? Is it likable? Is it not likable? But Cancers are doing it. So there's definitely some sort of ascension of awareness that's going on that I feel like you're working with ascended masters of some sort. But this also brings people watching you. What is she going to do with that? What is he going to do with that? What are they going to do with that? Closing out messages for Cancer, Dragon Sight. To obtain your desire, you must first see it. We will now help you clear and define your vision. Let we dragon show you how to see the territory of your destiny. And behind that was Mind of Dragons. Let we dragons take your worries from you. We will help find a solution that will easily flow and fit your situation. Be empowered now and feel your ability to solve problems begin to grow. Well, you've been solving problems. Whew. Believe in dragons. Humans often step back, believing their dreams to be impossible. With our energy and support, you can attempt all that you dream of. Self-belief is our dragon's gift. Inspiration will be the result. I just want to note in there, especially with this Two of Cups, so if you have lost somebody, connecting with somebody, a soulmate, child, partner, and you're not believing your dreams, like, oh, I'm just having dreams about them. We're not actually meeting. We're not actually connecting, or, we're in a meditative state. But are we actually doing this? Yes, you are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you are. Last but not least here, Cancers, because this was beneath the Believe in Dragons, is Dragon's Breath. We breathe out a circle of blue fire, one that encircles your home. Through it, no harm can pass, and it guards your treasures. All is safe within the sacred circle of the blue dragon flame. We've been talking about your home. I feel like in the weirdest, creepiest way, for whatever case it may be, the vibes of other people sightseeing you or you sightseeing others, clearing up those intentions, cutting things off, and believing in that. Whew. I feel safe. I feel safe, Cancers. And I hope you do too. And for anyone who has a child or person, parent, partner in spirit, and you're wondering if they are safe, they are safe. And they surround you a whole lot. Absolutely, they surround you a whole lot.
Where are you?
Thank you, Cancers, for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and of course, allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I will see you next month with a full ink blot, as I've been utilizing the scrolls in between while I have some other projects on the go. So, until next time, Cancers, thank you for being you. You're amazing and awesome. Hello, Aries. Cardinal Aries, if you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. We are going to scry your scroll. Here you go. There we go. We're going to scry your scroll. And as well, we'll add on Dragon and Dream cards to support. But Aries, you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please do. Oh, I am emerging out of a fern of fire. I am almost like ready to, like, let's do this. Let's do this. Also, I want to note there might be something that's just pissing me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Feel a little. Yeah. Maybe there's something you're seeing, somebody else's, or even your own success or failures, however you deem those, or however they are translating. But it's like, this can't happen, this won't happen, or not on my watch, not on my dime. If it's internalized, I feel very defensive and protective. On the other hand, if it's like, if I'm externalizing it by the way I'm viewing, if there's something you're seeing in the world, something in your world, whether it's locally or something else or someone that's sticking out in your car, because I'm also seeing the 2 dashes like equal, but I also feel like that means something in a language I'm not entirely sure of. Careful, because it's either you're very aware of that and that's what you're trying to do is equalize something, but I'm hearing like maybe an attention or whatever your attention is going to equal something. But I'm wandering into let's do this. Let's do this. Aries. I love it. I'm also seeing Jafar from Aladdin. So maybe if that's something you've been working
another room
against, or that's an energy that you're sensing. It also could be, Aries, you've placed something over somebody, like an overlay, or maybe they've done it to you. So I don't know which direction this is going in, and that's none of my business. Or maybe it's just something you're feeling out in the collective, but I feel like there's an overlay of, what is it, when they're not the hero, but they're the villain. You might have placed a villainous energy over somebody, and vice versa. Maybe somebody has placed a villainous energy over you, because that's the equal sign. That's the equal sign. If you're placing it upon somebody else, it's coming back on you, because now they're probably sensing it, or whatever the case may be, and now there's a part of your energy that is also now villainous.
Choked.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Aries have this awareness that maybe somebody's placed it upon them, and I'm actually trying not to equal it. It's like, I don't want to be the villain. I don't want to be the enemy. But in lieu, that means I need to like maybe go inside and see what I'm viewing is whatever the words I said were, because it's already gone. Because I'm seeing this slight conversation here where somebody's like handing something off. Like, here's a little something. Here's a little something. It's quite funny, actually, because it feels like this exchange. It's also being watched by gargoyles. These people are both in awareness, whether it's of my, subconscious and conscious, or preconscious, superconscious, pick all of the words that could be in some way, shape, or form aspects or archetypes, and they don't even have to be polarities. This is the interesting thing. I'm not seeing it as a typical polarity partnership. This feels like something that is, you could have a million different archetypes that you want to draw and pull from, and maybe you're just working with the villain archetype, your version of a villain archetype. And that's why it feels inside and outside, because you're choosing to work with it inside and outside. Fascinating stuff.
You can't understand.
I know. I'm not even claiming to say I could possibly understand. I am simply here sharing the story that I see, sense, and feel. But thank you, Aries. Thank you so much. I'm also seeing down here, I don't know if they're seals or walruses. And that symbol might also mean something to you. Right in here, I am seeing those things that come up in the movie Tremors. I don't know if those things in and of themselves are tremors or they create tremors. Now I kind of want to watch the movie. Arians. That's at least how I'm feeling. I'm going to flip this, and then I'm going to read your 2 dream cards from the Jungian side of things. Sorry, the sun's coming up and it's all very bright. And then we'll dig into scrying it. So we have card 22 and 21. Interesting. I wonder how often that happens. Card 22. Very, I'll bring the camera down for you. Very, defeating, like your own villain. You're the hero of your own story. whether you are on TV or somebody else, or like in Instagram or Facebook, some sort of socialness, social media-ness, if I say. But see, there's, again, some sort of villain, but it's actually eating the light. There's that exchange that was happening over
Living
there.
room.
There's that exchange. Something about coin. Are you getting coin, Aries? Giving coin? Giving or getting coin? Again, I want to come back to the equal sign.
Burned.
I'm equalizing things. There's a lot of lava here. So either I went through a lot of love, or I went through a lot of passion. I went through a lot of sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, but I inevitably am my own winner because the villain was me. You know what I mean? Winning. With his bloodied sword, he attains the victory, overcoming, perfecting success. Your task is to create passion in your life by committing all your energies and values in the major struggle you have before you, or what was before you. And Arian, these are, dream cards. So keep in mind, just like as we scry all the time, it's not literal or verbatim unless you deem it so. But the other note here is winning is committing to overcoming all difficulties which stand in the way. No battle is easy, nor is it meant to be. Yet battle we must. Take your sword in hand and unsheath it from the scabbard of love and cut with maximum strength. Now is not the time to nurture or accept. Powerful action has its purpose in breaking through obstacles. After the blood and flames, count your losses and your successes and move on. Wipe the blade of intention, clean it, and return it to its place of containing rest. Powerful. So this feels like fire, and this feels like earth. This feels very much so like that cardinal feeling and stepping in, but now I feel like I'm, when I wander down here, could be something by your next birthday or about your next birthday. Who's been whispering in your ear? I'm hearing that song from Pink Floyd. Mother, do you think she's dangerous to me? Mother, do you think she's good enough for me? Anyway, I know that's a horrible tunage of it, but Pink Floyd, Mother. The song Mother is coming through. Not blame shifting, just simply saying that's what's coming through. So I'm wandering on, I feel like I'm in the heart space. The heart of, okay, no. The heart of holding on. Hold on for one more day, yeah. Oh, I can't remember who sings that. It's like, and as I'm singing and as I'm saying this to myself, my heart's got to hold on. I go in and I talk to what I'm sensing is some sort of guru, and not because I'm placing them, again, to place them as Aries, because you got this thing, like I'm placing them as a guru, but then I'm going to place them as the villain because they're holding that or they're being that. Because again, just like the villain, the guru is me. But I need to do work to get there. Whatever sacrifices, I don't know what it is. Givings and receivings. Even compliments, Aries. This is coming through. Give and receive a compliment. Do you give compliments and how deeply you mean them? And also, do you receive compliments? And do you deeply receive them? So I'm going up to this guru after like this pilgrimage will be on, and I'm cleaning things up like a janitor, a custodian of my own consciousness, going through the black and white of what was, what will be, what could be. And I want to celebrate, but not too soon. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to have a little snack, a little panache.
Flame.
Before I really dig in and celebrate. Because when my heart steps forward in the spirit of giving, in the teepee, the seeker sits ready to receive. Your villain and your hero. Express, expel, supply. Express, expel, supply. In giving, we exchange the energies of life, yielding what we do not need for ourselves so that way we may be clearer in our own essence. We do not give in order to receive, although many do just that. We give what we have gained, so another may also receive new life. Having gained what is precious, we also send it away freely, affirming what we have had. Let go of your needs, and you can truly offer to another. Hold on to them, and you will be giving to get. Your task is to let go of your needs by fulfilling them directly, not by manipulating in order to get. Cancer was right before you. That may also be valuable. See, my nose is so itchy sometimes when things are just on. All right, Aries, let's add on some dragons here and see how we can, and if anything else is coming up in your scroll. I'm seeing bulldog. Actually, you know what I'm seeing? It's not bulldogs. No, it's the Cerberus of Hades, but there isn't the third. It's just the two. And I'm kind of like trying to manhandle these two. I want to say aggressions, but I think, to be honest with you, I feel like I'm misconstruing it. I'm also seeing tongs. Golden Christed dragon brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Insert any other word other than Christ, should that feel well to you. Absorb the light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. This is that heart. I do want another one for Aries because there's something else I'm seeing down there, and I can't quite make something out of it. So I'm going to keep going here. Silver dragon illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul and see higher possibilities. Yeah, Aries, I don't know if you are like consciously taking the higher ground on something, or you're complementing your lower self, your root space, to your high heart, or your heart space, and you're like, yes, accept, receive, accept and receive. Omega Dragon, harness the divine feminine power of creation, intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. You have a lot of higher consciousness, higher possibilities, and expand your heart to remain fifth dimensional. Interesting. Fascinating. Gloria. Yeah. Adding on some dragon oracle here. Queen of Swords. Yeah, see, there's some sort of cleaning up that custodian for the Fool, that new beginning. This isn't that funny? It's not new. I'm continuously harmonizing it. I'm fine-tuning it. What's in alignment? Finding those little things that it's like cleaning the floor, being the custodian, of your consciousness as it's coming through, and then being angry at the mess that you made. Because the breadcrumbs you ate, or you created something and then there's remnants of it around, and you're like, whoever does this. And then I'm like seeing the Rick and Morty episode where they talk about like the night people and the day people, and it's like your sleep state to your conscious state, or your spiritual self to your human self, and it's like, oh, now I got to clean up this mess. But again, there's this whole mirroring. It's like, but it's you, and this, and there's something being cleared up and cleaned up about it. Absolutely. 3 of Wands in the Sun. Yeah, you're doing it. You're very, very aware of all this. It's quite impressive and quite incredible. And this Sun with the golden Christed dragon, and then where was it? This dragon, I think it's a dragon anyway, in the dream cards, is eating the sun. It's like taking your sunny medicine. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know the rest of the song. Okay. All right, Arian. Let's get ready to close out here. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you do like, share, and subscribe. And to all those who do, you warm my haunted heart and your support. You can super thanks PayPal, buy me a coffee, or nothing at all but smile. Smile and wave. Aries, it's a pod. That's what I'm seeing down there. It's a pod, like I'm seeing peas grow, and the pea is inside the pod. If that's helpful. All right. Dragon's luck. Good fortune will now be yours. We have been collecting abundance, fortunate meetings, all manner of good things for you, human child. We send them to you now. Know thou art blessed. Arians. Holla. And then you had a bunch that kind of came down here unseen or unknown at this time. And dragon of time. We dragons are the guardians of time. We offer the gift of real time. Time to complete projects, time with people you cherish, and time to come to know who you truly are. And maybe this is what we've, in some respects, been talking about, is equalizing time, not being upset at the villains or recognizing, who made the mess. Completing projects. I feel like Arians have completed something because all of this awareness feels like it's coming to a state of completion. There will always be maintenance. You always need somebody. If you have a building, you need a maintenance person. Even if that building is in your mind and it's for your meditations, there's maintenance. Dragon tears. We dragons are free and spontaneous in our emotions. We do not make an enemy of our primal self. We express it in vibrant and invigorating ways. Connect now with your true feelings. We do not make an enemy of our primal self. I feel like we've been talking about that. I'm just saying. Dragon peace. This is your last message, Arians. We dragons roar, cracking open the doors between worlds. But we need quiet within which we listen. 'Tis the time for you to be still. The silence has much to teach you. Arians. How fascinating. Whoo-wee. That feels intense and yet so powerful. As a cardinal sign, it's like taking that stance and stepping into it and recognizing the resonance relationships, between the selves, between the primal self, between the paranormal self, the peculiar self, all that kind of great stuff. Arians, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your honor. Until next time, thank you so much for being you. All right, Libra, last but not least, we have here your scroll that we are going to scry. And we're going to add on dream and dragon cards to further support Libra. So I hope this does inspire. Receive or release freely, of course. And if you forgot, we also have the ghost box here kicking for any audio additions. And if you haven't already, I do appreciate those who like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's dig in.
Later.
Libra. Okay, you'll like, share, and subscribe later. Just kidding. Thank you. You warm my haunted heart. I'm in a car. Also could be on like a trolley car or a trolley train. Like I'm seeing it like San Francisco. They have like those trolley trains. And then I'm also seeing something like in the sky over the trees. It looks like a little bubble of a thing that I'm traveling. But then I'm also seeing like a regular car. Something about the Jetsons. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm also like in a bubble underwater. Some sort of vessel that goes underwater. Not sure if this is emotions. It kind of feels like, if I'm being very honest, it doesn't necessarily feel like emotions, Libra. It feels like energy expressed. It feels like energy expressed. There's a lot of traffic. I don't know if you live in a place with a lot of traffic, or I'm just seeing this as like third eye traffic. or just the way you interact. Because again, like I was on the ground in the asphalt rivers. I was in the sky of the air. Then I was in the water. I feel like this is like a vessel, some sort of vessel that can go in different landscapes,
Kitchen.
different altitudes. Altitudes is coming through. I just heard I'm melting, I'm melting, I'm melting. I'm also seeing a bird looking up at you, but the bird has like lightning in its beak. Like, you know, if you were to draw a bird or something and you in the beak, it's very sharp there. I'm also seeing a dog that I don't know what they're called. The closest I can bring up is it a hound dog? The dog from King of the Hill. And I think Hank calls her Lady. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not really sure.
Love.
Something about hearing. I'm seeing bunnies and weasels. Bunnies and weasels. Some sort. It's like I'm seeing, you know how if you dropped like a stone in water and you would see the ripples? I'm seeing that in the ear, and then I'm seeing the ripples. I want to call it reverb, but I don't know if it's actual sound, which is a really peculiar feeling. I'm not sure it's actual sound. But I'm sorry, I am very distracted by all this traffic. Like I feel like I'm in the movie Fifth Element. I don't know if you're having lots of company, preparing for lots of company that also might be sleeping over. Or maybe you have like a bed and breakfast, or Libras are going to a bed and breakfast. So somebody else, like maybe you're taking a travel somewhere else or vacation, and you're going to this place so that you are being pampered. You are receiving to kind of, equalize the input and output exchange. Because I'm seeing the rod of like your traditional scales of sorts, and that being like a lightning rod. So it directs energy. November 16th. So that's how I'm seeing it. It's like your scale rod thing. Okay, right? I said it. Lightning rod, and it directs energy. Somebody's really looking up to you. I feel like you're very busy. I feel like you're very, very busy, Libras. The numbers 32 or 5 and 24 or 6 might mean something to you. I moved past the card. I'll read the Jungian cards here of the dream symbology to add a little context before we dive into the images. So in the first card here, which kind of makes me feel like I know the sun won't let it, so let the sun shine in, face it with a grin.
Water.
This feels like, again, that lightning rod, and then there's the people on the side, or your scales per se. Adversity, negative, bad, antagonistic, withdrawing. Your task is to make all your categories for judging things more realistic. Whoa. Because I definitely felt like we were in the scales of such. Your work, thank you, your work that you do is like the grand ant. Because I'm seeing like, it's like bees, and then there's like the queen bee, then there's ants, and then maybe there's like a queen ant. I don't know. Or a king ant. And with that lightning rod of your scales of diverting energy, power to, it's like, yeah. Judging things more realistic. Maybe there's just too much going on and you need to take a little vacay. It's like riding your bike and then just stopping, falling over and enjoying, like say maybe you fall off a bike or something like that. And you fall off the bike and you're like, oh, but I'm fully supported on the earth. I can like be as heavy as possible. And the earth beneath me can hold me up and will hold me up
Thursday.
as I can gaze up to the sky. And it's like I had this accident, but then realized, oh yeah, it's so nice just to lay here and breathe and not be this constant conduit for maybe other people, places, or things, or your own energy transmuting skill set, which is, let's just face it, it's amazing. But you're also allowed to like turn off the Tesla every so often. You know, you're allowed to turn off the Tesla and stop sacrificing yourself so much. Maybe this is why the vacation is coming through. Yeah, because so much work is always being done. I'm seeing it like building an ant farm. Now I'm seeing a walrus with really long tusky things. And there's fish coming in like I'm in a fish tank, but there's this walrus or a walrus, wherever a walrus may be. And like the fish are its friends. It won't eat the fish. It won't eat the fish. So maybe some are like going vegan or trying vegetarian. Maybe you're changing up your diet. Like withdrawing from a certain food group with no judgment. No judgment. That's how it's making me feel.
Play.
Protecting. Defending, stabilizing, and security. The mother leaps the chasm holding her child. Your task is to be aware of present danger and do nothing rash, building a safe haven for who or what needs protecting. To protect is to preserve our essential nature against what would destroy it or change it. Maybe there's a fear of change somewhere along the lines. But I want to note how this is making me feel with the umbrella and this fish. It's like the fish don't need to fear the walrus because it's no longer, or it's not a carnivore. It's a friend. It's a friend. I'm also getting this feeling again of like a bed and breakfast, or maybe you are going to a retreat or a spa or a workshop online in person, and it's going to, or maybe you're going to listen to a meditation or make the meditation, Libras. You're going to make your own meditation to draw you into that state so you don't need to fall off the bike per se, off the hamster wheel, and then you get just flung out. I'm going to look at it. There is definitely something about food coming through and what you're cooking. And I feel like I want to protect and preserve. You might also be getting into preserving like canned goods or preserving food, I'm going to say, because it seems to be coming through. But also being mindful again of there's this interesting line, and Libras, you're all about that. So it's interesting teetering of some things are great to preserve. So I can enjoy, like if I'm going to preserve these tomatoes or make the pickles or the cucumbers, then I'm going to make pickles. So you've made change somewhere. Or it's not so bad if you make change and turn the cucumbers into pickles and then preserve them. But there's also other things I feel like I might be preserving that actually require change, but I'm holding on to them for one reason or another. And I feel like if you like it, you like it. That's fine. If it's working for you, it's working for you. But I feel like there just might be some that are looking at it going, oh, maybe I can change the way I'm eating or add something in. It doesn't always have to be about removing something. Maybe sometimes adding other things in. Just like as a natural reaction, other things begin to dissipate. So it's like focusing on what I want to add in versus focusing on taking something away or taking something out. Yeah, how do you feel? How does it feel to you? Your dragons that have come through are golden orange dragon. Expand your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior, helping those in need, and remember your magnificence. Yeah, I don't know if you guys just create spaces for people to feel really, really calm. Like maybe you're the leader of this. Or like you have a studio or something. Holistic healing, or you're seeing a holistic healer along with Western medicine, or this, that, or the other. I don't know, Libras. It all feels like very harmonious, but it's like almost, I'm hearing other people say to me, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Oh no, you need to add this into your cucumbers to make them good pickles. This is just the example for whatever reason it's coming through. No, you should add this in. Oh, add this, take away this. It's, like a fine tuning a soup. And it's like, if they were so concerned, you might take the inspiration as ideas for later on. Like you might jot them down and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I remember so-and-so said this. But at the same time, it's like, awesome. And if you're so inspired, you will take your own advice and go and turn your cucumbers into pickles. Thank you for sharing your wisdoms. When and if I may use them, I can't say. And that's a freedom I'd like to give myself, because that's a freedom I want you to have. It's a freedom we all can afford.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Golden Solar Dragon helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated and become an inspired teacher. Oh my goodness. Omega Dragon. Harnessing the divine feminine power of creation. Intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. So you have your masculine and your feminine here. And I want to know, when I come into this card 24, the 6, the protecting, right? The divine feminine power of creation. There is a pregnant person there.
Only for you.
Only for you. And with the golden solar dragon, the masculine power of wisdom. Like this whole sun, like this whole umbrella is protecting the feminine. Energies within the self, maybe you're a partnership working with, you have primary energies, of course, that is your dominant, and you're like working on nurturing that. It's like, I want my feminine energy to feel safe, so the masculine provides gifts and gestures to ensure that's happening. And in turn, the feminine nurtures the masculine with gratitude. And they're both acts of service to keep this harmony between them, the feminine creation and the masculine power of protection. And maybe that is the protection and the preserving here. The masculine protects while the feminine preserves. Oh my gosh, it's just fascinating. Libras, like it's just fascinating. Do we have anything else for Libras? Bride, key,
window,
and coins. There's that masculine and feminine again. But interesting how now the female landed on the masculine, and the masculine imagery landed on the female. And this is like what unlocks this. It's like marrying your own energies and seeing this in other people as ingredients, and maybe how you create environments. Maybe it's just harmonizing your own energy and saying, how can I do this so that I'm not the constant conduit, and I can turn on and off sometimes to teach people so they are not codependent, or you're working through codependency, whatever the case may be. And it's like, and you teach them to do this, including yourself. Yes, 5 of Swords and Page of Pentacles. There's something about, maybe it's what you do for a living, therapy or therapizing, but it's like taking the swords out of the mental battle of swords, this mental conflict anyone within oneself may have. It's like, okay, we need to, that might in and of itself might be something you're preserving that needs to be released. It's like, oh, I keep thinking I need to be on all the time. My powerful scale conduit needs to be on all the time to preserve peace. It's like, maybe we need to start teaching other people how to do this as well, so that you can turn on and off. So the parents can go on vacation, or so you can go have a bath.
You're back.
Or you can go to the groceries, or you can go and do something peacefully, or you can leave your company and go on vacation and know that the people you've hired and put in place are actually living up to their potential that you saw within them. That you saw. You believed in them. You hired them. You put other people in place to train them. And if everyone has done their part, and you've also checked in and maybe made modifications along the way to bring everyone up to their potential, not to what you want, not to what they think, because it could be too high or too low, and you could be too high or too low. It's like, if everyone just aligns in the potential of why everyone's on board in my company, now I can go on vacation and you guys can actually, I don't want to use the word prove it, but step into that power that's always there and turn on. Turn on. There also might be something about like sexual energy and money going on. I don't know what it is, but sexual energy and money.
Yes.
2 of Cups, justice. Like, really? This is it. I'm trying to like avoid the sun. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar tomorrow there'll be sun. 8 of Swords. Yeah, you guys are Libras. There's something going on here. It's, do you believe in magic? Yes, I do. I am feeling in the Libra aura that I could be swimming through the ethereal energies, through the emotions of myself and others. Sharks and piranha abound. And I am not afraid, because I am not alone. I have my masculine and feminine energies. I have people, places, or things that I have in place as the director, as the CEO, as the president, whatever the case may be. It's incredible. And through this, 8 of Swords kind of action comes out, and it's amazing. I'm no longer pinned down. Need a little bit of freedom. Need to feel freedom again. But I might have been the one who created the confines. I might have been the one who created the confines because I was building a structure. You know, it's like building something or other. Like, say, a paper mache shape. And it's not an indication of its strength or anything. It's just the way it's being built. And then you get to pop the balloon and take the balloon out. So it's like, how did you make this structure? It's like, now it's time, or some sort of, whether it's in the mind or wherever it is, and like popping that balloon and it goes away. And it's like, now you just have this magic, or what other people see as magic. And I want to say, like, damn, think it's magic. You are magic. And when you turn off sometimes, you know?
You're welcome.
That's what you can say to the world. You're welcome. It's okay when you turn off, because it lets other people have a chance to shine, to answer their own questions, and feel very, very validated in that. Your final messages here, Libra, are Dragon King. There is new masculinity arising, one which we dragons have infused with the true codes of chivalry. This energy arises healing, inspiring. Make space for this new beginning in your world. Beautiful. Chivalry, coin. It's all coming together. You unlock love, the omega, feminine, the golden of the masculine. Somebody could be getting married.
Nobody understands.
You might be in a relationship or coming into a relationship where you will be the bride, because you are welcoming in the respect of what your feminine and masculine harmoniously is held within you, and to exchange and alchemize with somebody else in regards to love, sexual energy, in regards to money, and really making a life together. I have a fly buzzing around. Last but not least, Dragon's Delight. Your laughter is music to we dragons. We wish for you the uplifting energy of laughter, making you so light that you too can fly high with us. Libras, laugh a little, go on the little vacation, take a step away, have a bath, whatever one may do to take a little retreat, or even just retreat. Maybe you're looking at what used to be a treat. You're like, oh, you used to really like ice cream. And now you're like, no, ice cream's not really doing it. I'd like to try something else. Try other different foods, different cultures of foods. Be inspired by such. It feels very, very magnetic. I'm not going to lie. Like I feel as though I am so confident that I can just swim with the sharks. Where people would swim with the dolphins, I feel like I swim with the sharks. And I'm not afraid because it's like I see their inner dolphin. All right, Libras. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I am truly honored and grateful. And until next time.